Welcome. I am so honored to be here at PACE's second annual Believing in Girls Luncheon, and we are all very grateful that you took the time out of your day to join us. I hope you all enjoy the company of our wonderful PACE girls as well as the tasty lunches. It seems we have a few dignitaries in the house. We are joined by two mayors, Mayor Shirley Groover Bryant and Mayor Bob Johnson. Two very honorable people that we are so happy to have here today. We welcome our superintendent, Dr. Diana Green, and school board member, Charlie Kennedy, both of whom are great representatives of the Manatee County School Board. County Commissioner Vanessa Baugh, we're glad you're here, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you. And lastly, we'd also like to give a special thank you to Senator Galvano for sending his representatives Whitney Legend and Macy Smith. Thank you. My name is Rihanna Mesa. I'm a PACE girl, and like many other PACE girls, life hasn't always been fair. I first came to PACE when I was 15 years old for running away from home, plus many other problems that I was struggling with at the time. I can't say that I took what PACE had to offer serious enough that time around, but you know what they say, second time's a charm. So I came back to PACE when I was 16 and did what I needed to do, and that was to better myself by accepting the help of PACE's great support system. I am now proud to say that last August I graduated from PACE with my general education diploma, and that I will begin furthering my education at State College of Florida on January 9th. And before you all ask, no, I don't know what my major will be yet, but it will likely be something along the lines of teaching and education. My life up until I became a PACE student was spiraling downwards, and it's frightening to imagine what my life could be like right now if I hadn't been given a chance to help myself. PACE could not change me, only I could do that. However, their constant belief in me is what makes me believe in myself, and for that reason, we call this luncheon Believing in Girls. Our program will begin shortly. Enjoy your lunch, and thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Tideria, and I am 16 years old. I have been a PACE girl since I was 11 years old. PACE has always been there for me no matter what the situation was. Today we would like to share our spoken word with you. We hope that you learn something about us and how important PACE is to us.
Life before PACE.
Before PACE, I felt lost in the crowd.
None of my teachers knew my name.
No one gave me the time and space I needed.
No one listened to me to find out why.
No one knew my story.
If they had listened, they would have learned.
I was missing school because of my anxiety.
I was out of dress code because I didn't have money.
I was angry because of a fight I had with my boyfriend.
I was sleeping in class because of problems at home. I was late to school because I had to walk there.
My first day at PACE.
I didn't want to get out of the car.
I was annoyed by how cheerful the staff was.
I felt anxious, but my counselor was there, and she listened to me.
I was even given a buddy to show me where to go.
And from that day on, I was a PACE girl.
As PACE girls, we feel heard.
At PACE, I am greeted by a smiling face and someone who knows my name.
I don't get suspended or expelled. I get to talk to my counselor about what's going on.
I get one-on-one time with my teachers to answer my questions.
I can take some alone time if I need it, and the staff is there when I'm ready to talk.
I feel supported whether it's classwork, transportation to school, or helping my family get what they need.
As PACE girls, we found our strengths.
My counselor helped me to unleash my creativity.
I learned that I have people skills, which will help me in my future career.
I learned that I'm a great advocate for myself, which helps me reach my goals.
I discovered that I am a great student and that girls can do math.
I learned that I am resilient and I can do anything I put my mind to.
As Pace Girls, we use our voices.
And we want you to know.
We do not wish for sympathy.
We wish for understanding.
We want you to know that our needs are different from boys.
Sometimes we are emotional.
Sometimes we just need patience and time.
And we do not like double standards.
As Pace Girls, we face hurtful stereotypes.
Isn't that the school for bad girls?
Pregnant girls,
Crazy girls.
Druggies.
But labels do not define us.
And through it all, both the good times and bad.
Pace is where I feel like someone is listening.
Pace is like a second home.
Pace is where I found my peace.
Pace is where I can be myself.
Because at Pace,
There's only one Tideria.
There's only one Devin.
There's only one Nikki.
There is only one Katie. There's only one Brianna.
There's only one Leslie.
At Pace, I am not another statistic.
at Pace we are unique.
My name is Lacey Ayala, and I am a senior licensed sales associate with Allstate. I am also a mother of 2 daughters, and thank you for inviting me today. In January, my boss told me about a community event he was attending with his daughter, the Snowflake Ball, and that was benefiting Pace Center for Girls. What my boss didn't know was that 13-year-old Lacey has attended Pace. Middle school was hard. I was struggling with my grades. But the minute I walked through the doors at Pace, I knew it was different. The environment was amazing, and Pace quickly became my second home. And then something happened to me that should never happen to any child. With counseling and love and support, I built my confidence and I gained my strength. There is a time in each of our lives when you choose the route we are to take in life. I choose Pace, and I know that I am the person I am today because of it. Now please join me in welcoming Amy Wick-Mavis, the Executive Director of Pace Center for Girls.
Thank you, Mayor Montana. We call Montana the mayor of Pace, and so I felt it was appropriate to sit her with the mayor of Holmes Beach. I would like to tell you a story. 2 men worked together for the railroad for many years. After retiring, they ran into each other again. The one man questioned the other man, saying, "How did you do it? Year after year, day after day, laying the track, laying the track, laying the track. How could you stand it?" The other man responded quite simply. He said, "I never thought of the toil of laying the track day after day. I always knew I was building a railroad." Ladies and gentlemen, having Lacey, who almost 20 years ago walked through the doors of Pace to begin her journey, join me on stage today as a mother, a contributor to our community, happy and confident, and attributing all of who she is to the opportunity that Pace offered her so many years ago. I can tell you, Pace is building that railroad. Our daily work of laying the track is an investment in each and every one of the 2,000 girls who have already attended Pace Manatee and the thousands who have yet to realize their potential and walk through our doors. When I started at Pace over 20 years ago, I met a woman who worked at Pace and innocently asked her what she did. How she answered that question has shaped my life's work. She said, "I change lives." But here's what I know today that I didn't know then. Pace girls would and have changed my life. They have taught me lessons in persistence that are unparalleled. Most PACE girls are at least 2 years behind in school. The enormity of that mountain to climb cannot be understated. Dropping out of school is a very real option. In fact, we know that 90% of children who are 2 years or more behind in school do drop out. Yet each girl makes the decision to voluntarily come to PACE and chip away at that mountain. This may mean taking 2 to 3 buses to come to and from PACE every day. It certainly means acknowledging the learning gaps and the additional steps needed to even begin to get back on track. Class by class, day by day, credit by credit, our PACE girls persist in their schoolwork in spite of the obstacles in front of them. Next to the word brave in the dictionary should be a picture of a PACE girl. I have watched girls face challenges that would leave most adults I know shattered. The realities of their world that exist within our community cannot be understated. Fear can leave our girls silent, invisible to the world. At PACE, we want each girl to find a safe and loving environment where she can heal and grow, empowering her to use her voice, to speak her truth, and change the course of her life. The reality that we have 39 current and former PACE girls here today to tell their stories with you, their own words on the table, eager for you to know who PACE girls really are. Brave. Our girls know that hope is not pixie dust, and a program for girls doesn't mean we paint the walls pink. Our girls put their hope in PACE, that we will see their behavior as a direct response to life's challenges, that we will understand that yelling and screaming is a cry to really hear what they are saying, that being absent from school doesn't always mean they are lazy and do not care. Often it means that they have more important family responsibilities or are too anxious or depressed to face their day. Hope that PACE will believe in each one of them until they are fully able to believe in themselves. By any definition, this past year has been particularly challenging for me personally. I have found strength in the support of my family and the sisterhood of my village. But today I offer you this. As life circumstances happen to us and we face things that we do not want to, things that weren't in our plan, look around the room at our PACE girls. They didn't want it either. PACE was not in their plan. Yet they did it and they continue to do it. Think of that girl that you hold close in your heart, her gifts and her challenges, your hopes and her dreams. Shouldn't every PACE girl have that opportunity for the promise of her future too? PACE thinks so, and we trust that you do too. Now I know that the program says Francis is up next, but as life happens to us, Francis couldn't be here today. So just yesterday, Coral agreed to share her story with you, and I hope you will all welcome her.
Hello, my name is Coral. I am here to tell you my story. Until 8th grade, everything was pretty well for me. I got good grades, and above all, I was a goody two-shoes. Even if I got in trouble, I would cry. I told my mom that I was going to be her best friend forever, and I would never drink, I would never do anything wrong. That all changed in 8th grade when I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. Now I am certainly responsible for my own behavior, but my friend introduced me to a whole new world. At first I started drinking. I thought I was sad, but when I drank, I just got worse. My mom would find empty bottles that I had hidden in my bedroom, and she didn't know what to do. What would you do when you find your 13-year-old drinking? By the time I got into Manatee High School, I was using Xanax and partying pretty hard. I would skip school and come back home. My mom told me she would lock all the doors, but I told myself I'd just unlock my window. I was doing a lot of really stupid stuff, and my guidance counselor suggested PACE. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm never going there. My mom looked at me and said, let's just go look, give it a shot. So we met with Miss Randy. She was telling us all about PACE, all the rules, all the expectations. She said no cell phones, and we have to be there till 2:30. I said, no cell phones. I couldn't do it. But I knew Katie, so I started to think, if Katie went to PACE, then I could do it. When I started PACE, I was still using. I was tired all the time, and I was never happy. I started talking with Miss Danielle, and I really trusted her. She always had open arms and said, whatever you need, baby girl, even if it's just a bad day. A bad day, and I could go to somebody to talk to him about it? I wanted to tell her everything. I started thinking about it a lot, so then I did it. She listened to me and told me that she and Miss Brittany were going to get me help. My mom had said that she would have never been able to get me into treatment if it wasn't the help of Miss Brittany. There I was, in treatment, no phone, nothing, just alone, thinking about the consequences of what I had done. At first, I was very angry at Miss Brittany. I was very mad. After 3 days, I got out. And now, addiction runs in my family, with my father and my mom using. Once I got out, my mom was using again. Think about that. Right after I get out, she was doing the same things as me. So my mom went to rehab, and that's when we decided everything had to change. My mom and I couldn't hang out with the same people we used to. I even had to go for a period without a phone, and so did she. Sometimes I think Miss Brittany helped my mom as much as she did me. Our whole world has changed since I've been at PACE. We have lots of rules now, and even if I come home 30 minutes late, I'm grounded. We talk now. We really talk. We don't lie or manipulate each other. I have gone to school now for weeks. Weeks, not just a day. And I'm not going to lie, not partying means I have to deal with my emotions every day, and I'm still kind of learning. It's pretty hard. Facing my future stresses me out too. I never thought about school, grades, my credits, or what I was even going to do with my life, and now I do. I'm proud to be sober in everything that I have done to overcome. Now, Miss Wick asked me what I wanted you all to know about PACE, and this is it. It's not the people, not just PACE, but all the people who are working there and changing our lives and encouraging us to do better. The counselors, the teachers, Miss Wick, Miss Randy, everybody. I don't even want to think about where I would be today if I didn't have come to PACE. I hope my story helps you see why PACE is important to us, and you consider investing in PACE and all the girls there. We are really trying our best, and as we say at PACE, once a PACE girl,
Always a PACE girl.
yes.
Wow. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm Bob Turner with the Braden Herald, and I came to know, I came to know about PACE because my wife Dottie was on the board, and she would come home enthusiastic with these stories. And I wondered what that was about. And I wondered what that was all about. So I decided to take a tour of PACE, and I did. And I met some teachers, and most of all, I met some kids. And I heard some stories like you've heard today. And nobody could tell you more about how deeply PACE affects not just kids, but their families' lives than you've heard today Simply put, I think without PACE, that school-age girls, many school-age girls would be lost. They'd have no way to get on the right path, and PACE offers that. It's a resource in our community that we really need to continue to support. So what I'd like to ask is for you to invest in PACE today. I think you'll agree from the stories that you've heard that this is an organization that gets results and makes a difference in people's lives. I'm asking you to make an investment. At your table, you'll find a card that you can easily fill out and put into an envelope. I hope you will do that. I hope you'll see PACE as the valuable asset to Manatee County that it is. There are table hosts that will collect these envelopes from each of you at the end of the meal. If you prefer PACE staff to talk to them at the registration table, they'll talk to you one-on-one. It's easy for us to do. It's very difficult for PACE to do what they do. And we can be a part of this. I feel like we can all be a part of changing people's lives by making a donation today.
My name is Samantha, and on behalf of all the PACE girls here, I would like to thank you for coming today. PACE has changed me in ways I didn't think it would. I used to let anything get to me. I got into a lot of fights and even got kicked off the Bayshore basketball team. I felt like everyone was against me, and I was all alone. But since coming to PACE, I've learned how to control my anger. I'm not going to lie to you. When I first came to PACE, I would get so mad. I even got into a little altercation with Miss Wick one day. Not too good. I come to school every day now, and I love PACE, and I'm thankful for what they did for me. I'm so proud of myself, and never did I ever think that I would be doing so good in school and working at McDonald's, and now I have my permit. I honestly never thought I'd make it this far, and I just want to thank all of you for coming today and supporting us PACE girls, because PACE really does touch our lives. It's not just another school. They don't just, here's your work, have a good day. They worry about you at home, and if you're okay, and in general. I'm gonna cry. PACE is simply amazing. The people there, the staff, all of you. I was the same way when PACE annoyed me. All the cheerfulness, all the happiness, like, how are you so happy every day? Never understood it. But standing here now, in front of all of you, yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for PACE. I would have never had my job. I would have never been pushed to do better for myself. So I just want to thank you all for supporting us PACE girls and investing in our future and believing in us.
Just to clarify, we didn't throw down or anything. Just in case there was a question on the table. Thank you so much. Samantha has beautifully ended our program for today. How about a big round of applause for all the fabulous PACE girls? I want to remind everybody that we are not archaic and that we are learning how to use the swiper, not like Dora, swipe or no swiping. We are really, if you prefer to make an investment in PACE by swiping your card on the way out, we will help you do so on the registration. Finally, I would like to point out that we are very grateful for a matching gift we have received in memory of Morris Daniel Ziegler, and we are so grateful that we're able to offer that today as part of our program. So thank you so much for coming today. It is really, Duran Adams is in the back of the room. We were talking about how PACE started in a living room around a dining room table, and it really is quite overwhelming and thrilling to be here today and see all of this. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your lunch. Take your cupcake. I see Katie got some cupcakes, so I'm thinking we're going to have a good ride back in the van, Katie, you and me. Same car. I call shotgun. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great day.